right, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris here. Better investing. Let me kind of get this stream together. Get this stream together real quick. Probably should have had all this crap already figured out, right? That's what you'll probably say. Um, Let me just go here. All right. I am live. What's going on, everybody? It's Chris here, Better Investing. Happy pre-Thanksgiving Eve. Right, we'll go quick, real fast. Not here for a long time. Check a few things out, and just go on about our day. Honestly, it's not too much to look at, but we'll kind of go over some things really quick, and yeah, go from there. All right, we're gonna go here and check out SPY today. Go here and look at the daily chart real quick. We got about 5 minutes before the Ruggers. I don't know. And we're sitting here at pretty much the high of day, along with, and I have to probably restart this. All right, no look back. There we go. Oh, that's starting to look good. She's starting to look good, boys. All right, so let's back out. Let's go look at here on the daily chart. Again, I kind of mentioned that if this is the potential bottom, within this one leg down that we had, and we came back into the Trump's candle, right? Gave back pretty much a month of gains. Then we wanted to see a higher low, right? I'm not the type of guy to buy the lower low on a daily chart, right? I'm buying the weakness. I want to buy the strength. I want to buy the weakness after the strength, type of thing. And I'm not necessarily saying that I bought SPY, but I did mention that if we were going to get that turn, right? If you were going to get that turn on the market, what you wanted to see was a higher low get defended. And this was a very modest gap down, but we did gap down below yesterday's close, and that came on some news from what was that? That news came from like Meta and who was it? Meta and Google. Shaking hands on some partnership discussion with TPUs. And I still don't know what TPUs are, so I'm not even going to sit here and act like it. But now I mentioned that if we're going to kind of have a sequence of this 100-day hold being the bottom, then we wanted to see a higher low. All right, we got that higher low defense. We got that higher low defense at a location that should be interested to you, right? You should show interest here if you are bullish, right? This was pretty good to see that we kind of established this higher low, and then we kind of broke it right here on the pretty much that 10 o'clock candle. We kind of broke above 670. Let's go to a smaller time frame, really dig into this. All right, we kind of broke it here, right, on that 1030 candle or so, pulled back, right, and continued higher. Now, again, going from a 1 hour chart, looking at it, really the trigger is right above, 671. So, I mean, you kind of, what you do is you just mark that spot out, and you kind of see what happens, when the market gets there, right? And when the market got there, we were pressing up in there, and once we broke through there around like 1150, you kind of see us climbing in there, putting in higher lows. Then perhaps you want to look to see if you can put some positions on. So, I mean, that's really about it. I mean, this looks much fucking better than what we were getting last week and Friday. Right, sitting here above the 50 again, above the 9 and the 20. All that's starting to curl back up. All right, if I do something like, I don't know if I have a 5-day. Do I have a 5-day? Or if I turn on the 5-day, right, you got the 5-day curling back up as well. So you hit the higher low off the 5-day moving average. All right, this can turn into something, right? You could be, potentially positioning for a, whatever happens once they get back into, trading after the holidays, right? So beginning next week, right, open up a fresh month, last month of the year, right? We can turn something. But yeah, I think what you want to see from here. Honestly, I don't want to see us go tomorrow, and then I don't know what will end up looking like Friday. Like, let's just chop up in here, defend this higher low. at this point. All right, that higher low kind of being this defense area down at 666. Don't really like that number from a from a energy perspective, but that's kind of what you want to see get defended is that 666. Not necessarily seeing that lines up with anything in particular, but again, multiple ways to kind of skin a cat here, right? You kind of see us we penciled up into that location, a few times, a few times, right here. Let me do this. Let me take off. Let's look at the regular hours. There we go. All right. I mean, this is good. This isn't bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. All right. So again, now we're kind of pressing right back into those Thursdays. So again, what I would like to see, really, is that why do I? Let me do this real fast. I gotta go back. I don't know why that's the problem here. These lines, I need them to connect. Where I need them to connect at. Let's see here. Nice close right up towards the highs. Just sitting here doing some cleaning some stuff up. Oh. Yeah, I mean, really, like next target. I mean, really is like up to like 680 or so. But again, like back to what I was saying. Sorry. Probably what I wanted to see now is that tomorrow we can kind of just trade into this range for the most part. And I don't care. Just don't lose, 666. Right? Really, that's the line in the sand. Really, is that 666 spot. Like if we don't lose that, then come into Friday and continue to rip or kind of just again if you want to trade around here cool, but coming into next Monday people are going to look back and like, oh well, I took last week off, being a holiday, and I see we recovered that entire move. That's your leg higher, to get back to all-time highs, right, or at least back up to 685 or so. I mean, that's the best thing I see. I think if we lose 666 before the end of the week, or we trade down back into 666, then you have a scenario where the story is going to look like the beginning of next week is something like this, right? It's going to look right. It's going to look like a lower high type of thing. I'm believing, right? So we start to roll over again into the end of the week, right? Take us through Friday, right? People are going to say, oh, another lower high, right? That's how I kind of see it. And then there's a likelihood that either we get a bounce and put in another higher low at these EMAs, right? The 50-day, and that's the 20 day, right? And if we break that, then we drift down in here, right? And if we don't, hold here, who knows, right? We're probably back somewhere in this range, right? It's going to look nasty again. right? But that's truly kind of what I want to see um, happen here on the market. Um, but yeah, that's really about it on spies. Same thing with QQQ. Maybe a little different, not really. Same thing. You did get that higher low defense or establishment of that higher low. All right, you got that right here on this 10 o'clock candle. Broke it at 11. Right, the 11 o'clock candle kind of broke that, and right now sitting above the EMA 20 and the 50-day moving average. Right. So again, I think I want to see something very similar. We did not take out Thursday's range, right? So that's a little awkward. So, but if we can sit here and kind of hold here, right? Again, going into Monday, right? It'll look much better than us rolling over again. Then I think some people will kind of just again, they'll mark out those pivots and say, all right, we're still in a downtrend, um, type of thing, right? You'll have that, you'll have that, you'll have that, and if this starts to roll over, then you'll have that. So it'll be good to kind of stay up here until Friday, hopefully. I mean, until Monday. But if not, we continue to drift down in here. I think that picture takes more precedent than this shorter time frame particular thing, right? I think that starts to take some more precedent, right? We again, if we start to drift back into this location, and we don't hold, pretty much 600, I would say, about 600 or so. You can take that low and be specific, right? 598.81 or so. But that's really the main thing. All right. Some of the stocks I was talking about, and like what I did was, I am able right now to swing some Tesla. I told you guys I was kind of pissed off yesterday about what I saw on Tesla. Didn't close at 420 like I was hoping it to. Kind of give us that, make the weed smokers happy, along with the 420. I mean, along with the Tesla traders happy. But again, what I was talking about was that, for me, I understand that it's below the moving averages. Again, it's not the best, but like this trend here, um, I'm trying to be more. Um, I'm trying to establish that, right? I'm trying to establish that's probably leading this higher. And again, I've traded this before, but like I probably shorted here, and shorted like this day. But then once I noticed this candle here, I kind of been trying to actually bounce this, and I actually got a nice trade on. I can show you guys. Now I got a nice trade on, literally like 20 minutes or so after, QQQ and SPY kind of both defended, um, or triggered that higher low. I think it was somewhere around here, like 11:25, 11:27, like right here, like this defense right here. And if I go to a smaller time frame, I do like to use smaller time frames for my entries, just to kind of set up my risk. But I seen this here, and I see us sitting here penciling around, and I ended up getting in around like up here somewhere, as we held. Let me see. The time was 11:27. So pretty much like this candle here. Like once we start to hold this the hell? I'm sorry. I'm looking at. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here's Tesla. I'm like, why this? Okay, this was definitely a VWAP. Bang, there we go. Right, so this is where I got in at, right? 11:27. Right here after we get this hold, right? Of VWAP at 11:26, right? And I get on in this candle here. My entry, like I said, 11:27, 411.88, right? So damn near like right in here somewhere. I think probably right at the fucking open, honestly, of this candle. 24 seconds, 11:27. Let me go to a 1 minute. Let me narrow down into a 1 minute and see what I get. Yeah, 11:27. Like this candle right here is where I get in on. My stop is below VWAP. So once I start to see a drift above VWAP, right, EMAs are crossing over. It's above the EMAs. Right, you can probably see that on the 5 minute as well. All right, this candle right here. right? It's pressing back above the EMAs. That's where I got long. And I was able to peel some off into about 416 or so. And then I peeled a little bit more off until yesterday's highs. It just made sense just in case you want to reverse. Because honestly, like if I would have waited, right, to peel that second portion off, I wouldn't have been happy. Um, trying to swing the rest, right? I think I had 100 shares. So right for 411. Again, I like the sell in thirds. So some 411, what was it, 87 I said, or 88. Peeled some off here, right up into the highs, and then I peeled some off again up in here, and now I'm only holding a third, right? So I got pretty much like 20 shares. I'm left, and it allowed me to sit through this, right? It allowed me to sit. If I did not, right, peel any off, right, think about me having 20 shares, right, and giving back, pretty much my profit that I just collected from that move up. Um, so I was happy to do that and happy to sit here and hold what I would say is a good size position on a $400 stock, right? 20 shares, with a chance for this to kind of continue higher. I mean, this could be at 430, and I'm up $500 just on these shares, right? You just never know. So that's how I like to play it. I had my stop down here at my break even stop. No matter what, I was walking away with something, and I could sit in this. But yeah, I think really what I wanted to talk about was that I really like the turn that we had today, and really what gave me that inclination, along with seeing how the market was turning, was you had some of these stocks that did well yesterday kind of pull back and establish a higher low or undercut the previous day low. So this SNDK, one of those similar things, right? They got added to the S&P 500, right? This had a pretty decent pullback. Thinking about where it was at pre-market yesterday or post-market yesterday, it's probably like 250, right? So this had a pretty sizable pullback, it still made a higher low, right? It still made a higher low. So like I saw that, right, and I'm just going to continue through some of the other stocks that I've seen. I had good strength yesterday. Where's that list at? Like some of these stocks, right, from yesterday. You had your BE, right? Look at this undercut, right? This undercut of yesterday's lows, right? Deep undercut as well, right? Knock a lot of those position traders out from the prior day, right, and gets bought back up, right? And this is where you want to get. This is where, for me, I would want to get, position at, right? Buying the weakness after seeing the strength. That's what I really like there. So I saw that. I don't know if it was OKLO, same thing. I've noticed this was occurring. You go to Irene. Irene, same thing, right? Right, gaps down, but puts in a higher low. You see it getting brought up. I don't have to go to a 1 hour chart. Right, I can see it on the daily. Right, you see here on NBIS undercut yesterday's lows. Right, so it probably freaked some people out to see this pullback on some of the stocks. Like I said, with a VIX at 20, I was seeing it make fools out of bulls and bears, right? And everyone looked stupid, right? You got to think, everyone that was looking stupid that was bearish yesterday was like, oh man, what the hell? And then, you probably put on some position yesterday, right? And, you got that gap down on some of these things, and you're sitting there like, oh man, I'm probably wrong again, all right? Definitely when you see in the news that came out along with like, damn, Nvidia's down 6%, right? You seen Nvidia down 6%, you're asking yourself like, oh man, there's no way the market's gonna prove itself, right? And that washes out some traders, right? That washes out some traders, all right? Like this was down 6%. You had AMD down 6%, 4-5%, right? Wash out, undercut the previous swing low, or this previous pivot spot, right? Wash them out, right? Relative strength yesterday. Okay, we might got a bottom here, right? Gaps down, nasty work, right? So seeing who was off size yesterday, and then, seeing who was probably off size from Friday, that's what you get with a VIX or something similar with an elevated VIX, right? It's very difficult to prove any um, side right with that VIX at 20. And right now, this is better, right? VIX back below 20, dudes. VIX back below 20. Right? Sitting here at 18 and a half. 2 more days on the session, right? This could melt back down, right? This could melt back down, right? VIX did not make a higher high, right, from October 17th. So let's go back to October 17th. See if we see any divergence, any deviations from what we got in VIX and what we got in October 17th. That was this day right here, right? So go back to the VIX real fast. Check out the VIX. What I got on the VIX? All right, where's this high from? This high from October 17th. Let me blew off. That was this Friday here. We made a high on the VIX back here. We made a lower high on the VIX. I don't know. I have to look a little more deeper into that one, but the VIX does look like it's blowing off a little bit, or pulling back. Pretty aggressive. It is holding the 50 day right now, but not too much for me to really be too concerned with how it's melted off. Right, we could trade sideways on the VIX here. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's much better than us, sitting here and trying to put a position on with VIX still closing above, the 20, right? Like closing above 20. And I think what I want to do is mark out the 20 and just like make it like a big ass bar. So I just like pay attention to this. VIX above 20. Just be mindful of that. Like, yo, VIX is above 20. VIX is above 20. VIX is above 20, right? Like that's the spot. Right, I don't want to swing any damn position with the VIX holding above 20. Anywhere close to 20. Let's just say that. Anywhere like during this from Monday to 17th, all this, no, I'm not swinging. I'm not trying to look long or anything at the 20. No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll go take a look at some things in the market real fast. Nasty work here. I mean, not bad. Like if you got in on this off of previous days, no high, you're sitting there right now. I mean, this is one of those probably don't want to sit in there for too long, right? But this breakout did work, right? In terms of it breaking out, where you took, oh maybe not. I mean, I wasn't looking at Apple. So did this occur in pre-market? I mean, yeah, pretty much right at the open. That's where it got its move. Oh man, got some people to chase. So hard to take, so hard to take these type of setups, man. But maybe if it drifts back down into the bottom of this range, like that's your pivot, better risk to reward there than trying to take a breakout. Going back through, go take a look at Meta. Meta just man, partnership with with Google, man. Sent this thing, man. Looks good. Same thing with Microsoft. I talked about this on a higher low perspective. Looking at that wick, man, I probably would have knocked some people out. But I remember I had the pre-market up. Oh yeah, they did give you this nasty look at the end of the day where it popped over this. I remember getting alert on this. Yeah, it's tough. With that bar right there, that's tough. That's a tough bar. Oh man, they're not making this easy. Nice defense at the 200 day. Again, back into his previous pivot. I mean, I probably just want to see a cleaner higher low. Um, yeah, probably a cleaner higher low. I don't really like this structure. It look like it can come right back in this chop here as well. Um, yeah, leave that to the Fibonacci and all those ICT traders and shit. Um, Still some weakness on this Netflix, man. I knew yesterday damn sure wasn't the day to short it. We did get some rest here. Um, One of those like just breakdowns, but not too sharp. You need the market to kind of be turning as well, because this is still showing some relative weakness. Let's go look at it on the hourly real fast. Is this relative weakness compared to the market? Yes, right. Still weak compared to the market, and you can kind of see it there on the hourly. There you go, little head and shoulders. And I'm not a hourly head and shoulders type of guy, but just recognize the weakness, right? And that's some relative weakness there on the stock. All right, I'm not gonna do that. Let's just use the brush. Make it simple. Damn, that's nasty. And that's pop. No, that was on Monday. Yeah, so that's some relative weakness there on it. I don't know. Something I wouldn't mind just watching. Again, I trade both ways. Pause. If a pause is needed. That's just what the hell was that? That's funky as hell. Honestly, I don't ever want to play with this. Look at those wicks. I'm not playing with that. Yeah. I ain't even make a watch list for today. Like this is the stuff I had over from over the weekend. And this eye, man, looks fuck. 3 days in a row. That's your 3 day burst. That's where you took your prop. Damn it. I didn't really didn't have much on my watch list, but man, that still looks good. I am definitely sort of kind of pissed about TMDX. I just never traded it before. This is one I'm just going to start to keep up, like keep the ticker up, and just kind of just get a feel for how it trades. So you got some stocks like ScanDisk, for example. Let's say SNDK. Like I've been able to like trade this, but it is a very very weird stock sometimes throughout the day, and where the spreads will just really start to expand. You'll see something like 225 bid versus a 226.21, no, or a 225.20 bid, right? And then you'll see like something like a all right, let me say this. All right, because I'm used to seeing it like this. You'll see something like a 225.80 bid, right? And then you'll see, the axe being like 226.40. Like what the hell? It just throws you off when you see that bid and that axe. Definitely like when it goes to the next number, right? Like damn, like it just throws you off. It's different. Like I don't know, like if you see like 225.20 and you see 225.60, you be like, all right, but once it skips and you see 225.80 and then it says 226.40, it's like man, that shit can really jump real quick to 227. It throws you off. Even though it's the same difference or the same spread between the two. I think I'm not trying to do the math in my head right now, but that I'm trying. Hopefully, I'm explaining it right. It'll throw you off, and that's kind of like when I see it on TMDX, and then like when I trade SNDK, I only buy like 50 shares because of that. I'm not buying 100 shares with a 60 cent, 40 cent spread, and it just don't know like how much opener, how much more could that spread open up. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, really, I mean, day or tomorrow's a half a day, right? Like, I mean, it's really not, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna really sit here. I'm going to check in on my Tesla babies, see how they work, see if I can perhaps really get another move tomorrow and pull some more off. Maybe it's a 425 or something, and then really be sitting there in a position where like I just leave my stop at where it's at and just move on, go on by my day. Um, but yeah, but yeah, that's really about all I got to say for today. IWM. Let me check on IWM. I don't really look at IWM as much, but nice. That's nice. God damn, that's nice. Leading the way up. So if this is leading up, like what's going on with solar? Solar should have been looking good. I did not check in with solar, but okay. Showed solars looks like a bear flag. Looks like a bear flag into the EMAs. And it's definitely the look of a bear flag. And you look for rejection right up in there. Right between those moving averages. Alright. Has to really get through that, right? Solar. But IWM looks good. IWM looks good. So, trying to see where were some of the pockets of strength at. Um, Rigetti, I'm happy Rigetti's trading sideways for the most part. Um, don't really see anything there to do. Where was the strength at? God damn. Healthcare still looks good. Girl high GRAL grill high inside day. Nothing really to do here now. You should already been in this move. Um, Oscar. Oh my God, 4% after hours. What the fuck? AMT. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to bring in what's his face? One charts. One master. Damn it. How do I find it? Gotta bring in his search. I mean his earnings list. Let me see. He got a nice little fall earnings list that I did not put together or haven't. I started it, but I did not maintain it. It looks like his is something that's more consistent than me. God damn, I talk too much in this chat. I be talking like shit. I know they get tired of saying my name. Yesterday. We had that. We talked about it yesterday. There it is. All right. He popped this list right here. All right. Downloading his list. All right. Now, why is it not? Why don't I not see it here? All right, let me close this out and reopen it. See if that works. I had to save it. Alright, so I just saved it. Let me go check his list out real fast. Come on. Nice. A nice little list here. These are like all the stocks that had earnings. I do want to check out some of his stocks. He put together a great list of stocks that had earnings. Double inside day here on APLD. Underneath the 9. Appian still looks good. ATI, this looks good. You know, again, I'm not a breakout trader really right here. But you know, this is does not look bad. There you can see it. Alright, and again, I know what a line chart looks like. Alright, using the close. Well, I thought I knew what a line chart looks like. But, it's kind of like a, I don't know. Either you see it or you don't. But it's 3 day on the move. Ooh, AVY. I don't know what I make of this. I mean, but fuck, it doesn't. It just, I guess maybe it needs to chop around a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah, there's some bearish to bullish reversal look to it that it gives me. Hasn't made a new high since last year, since July 2024. At the bottom of this base. A lot of volume kind of kicked in here. Most volume in a year, it looks like. Nope, never mind. I don't know what the fuck this stock does. It's kind of like, I want to ignore everything and just look at this. That's kind of what I want to look at on here. I don't know. I was looking at this stock for a while. I tell you, man, people don't like the ATR. Like, stock don't even was like 2-3%, but I mean, I don't really know where you get in on that on this. I mean, shit. Right here, he's got a $10 move. ATRs can expand, people. ATRs can expand. CLP doesn't look bad either. God damn. This is oil and gas. It's a nice little list. It's a slow mover, but I wonder what the weekly looks like. Get a little tighter. It's a great list. I had this on my list. It's crazy when you go back and you see a chart that you had marked out some shit on. You mark it out and then it starts to work or does something like that and it doesn't work. Wish you can just see these. This is a slow turn, but this is a turn. Triggers right through here. Get another opportunity to get long. Have to stop here. Again, you don't have to, you know, buy everything like 300 shares of everything. You don't have to just go crazy. Just move your account. Uh, it's just a 2-to-1 risk to reward from there. I would rather put my stop under this low. About a daily average true range on your stop. 2 inside days. Like if you get a pop over the AMAs, right, so you see if you get longer right here, it's $1.60, $1.65. That looks good. And the reason why I like this, the 50 days rising, 100-day rising, 200 rising. And while the market had drifted back into the 100-day moving average, this is not. Where's Trump's candle? Back below, yep. It'll be reclaiming that Trump's candle. So what would that anchor VWAP look like on this? I'm not really a big fan of anchor VWAPs. I mean, not even fucking throw that on there. Have that shit fucking with me. It's a pretty good list, boys. It's a nice list of earning stocks. Keep pay attention to. Hmm. Some people don't like this, but I'll be liking shit like this. I kind of see that flag. Right, flags at a, I mean, double bottoms, pretty much at the same spot, and then flags. I mean, it sort of did it right here. Right, it did the same thing. Again, like stocks like to stocks don't what they say. Stocks don't always repeat, but they do rhyme. I say some shit like that. I mean, this did something very similar. Yeah, it did something very similar. Well, I mean, that happened under the moving averages. You already got the moving averages crossing over here. Moving average didn't cross over until afterwards. Nope. I'm just gonna go through charts, watch lists. I'm gonna call it a day. God damn, this doesn't look bad. It's some shit out here. I'm about to go back through this. Check him out. Let me close down my laptop. Lock that on up. All right. SNDK, SoFi, 3-day burst, too late, 3-day burst, 3-day burst, 3-day burst. These things gotta pull back. I can't buy a 3-day burst. There's some shit here. Yeah, I think I talked about this Twilio. I don't know if I already went over this. Probably did. Man, I should have got on this. $8 move. Fuck. Some nice stocks out there, man. It's not as bad as I thought. You know, it's not as bad as I thought. Go back to my master watch. I don't know, man. I need to change up my master watch list. My master watch list looks like shit compared to that. This thing's just fucking ripping, yo. Like, this is like the strongest, one of the strongest stocks out there. God damn. This is not stretched. I might get a rubber band short on this. I'm about to get outside the Bollinger Bands. Might take a couple tries to get it to knock her down. I mean, god damn. Shit. I remember I got smoked when that news came out or some shit. Man, I was so pissed. I was having a good day. I had to fucking crawl back. Yo, I fought back for the rest of the goddamn day, yo. I was so pissed. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? I think it was this day. Yeah, it was this day. I don't know. Some news came out. I was up. I'm up a couple dollars. Let me try it. Boom. I was like, oh. Then I tried it again. Boom. Oh. I left it alone. I had to fight back on everything else. Oracle, gap fill, hammer, almost. Probably get a bounce. Again, look for a high low if that's the pivot. If you're looking for a turn. Yeah, man, I don't really have too much. I mean, that earnings list that I just showed you all, that actually looks good. That's a nice earnings list. But a lot of things are working on a 3-day burst right now. Office lows. But I mean, stocks are at ideal locations for turns. So steep. It's not like orderly. It's just a fucking sell off. we got some folks in here. I got 4 folks. Yo, my bad. What's going on, bro? Go check out SYM Symbolic. Yeah, I think it had a good earnings move. That was a really good earnings move it had. Um, and I wouldn't even say that the earnings were too good, but I mean, there's nothing really to do here now. It's done gapped up. It didn't really even set up technically, into earnings. I mean, if you want to play a day two continue, I mean, is this day? I mean, this would be day one. Day two continuation through the highs and put your stop at low day, depending on where it opens up at. Um, maybe so. What are you thinking about it? You got in on this hammer back here, so you got in before you got in before earnings. You sick son of a bitch, you below the EMA 920 to 50 and 100. Not this hammer. I'm telling you, you got in right before earnings. I mean, if you got in before earnings, man, congrats. Now you just, okay, you've been trading it. I mean, I mean, I guess there's always a location for everything, right? You can always point out a thing on the chart. Oh, you got it on this green hammer. Oh, okay. Um, okay, so you got it on Friday. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't like to buy the lower lows. I was thinking if you got right here on this candle, like that higher low, right? That would have been nice. If you got in at 540, 54.50, you put your stop at low a day, right? You're looking for that reversal, cool. But like if you buy it here, I don't know what actually triggers you to buy it. Besides, it just you see it starts to reverse. Um, Hold on, someone's calling me. Yeah, unless it starts to reverse. It's a little harder for me to buy the lower low, right, into the sequence, right? It's a guessing game almost. My average is 53, 54, 53, 54. Oh, so you damn near bought the close? You got it like damn near at the close? Buying the close and you know what you're risking? I mean, you're risking on the daily, yeah. So I got in right around here. If you got in on Friday, that's like right near where it closed at. I mean, you're risking down to 48. I mean, the only thing is like I don't play earnings because it's a crapshoot game. I mean, I want to say um, they reported less than what they were expected to show 6 cents. They actually showed less. They did beat on revenue, but barely, right? Barely. Hold on. Reported. Yeah. I mean, they did beat on revenue, which is good. I mean, I like this company. I got a Substack on it. Um, I mean, I think this is a good company for a long term. Like, if you go check out their numbers, you go look at their financials, like this right here. Like, this is the type of shit I like, right? Almost $1 billion in cash, $30 million in debt, right? There's no solvency issue here. Like it's one of those. It was one of those stocks, right? You look at net income on an annualized basis, right? They're starting to have that turn, right? They're getting closer and closer to profitability, right? From a net income perspective, right? You're starting to see that turn there, and then like you look at the cash flow, right? Free cash flow almost 700 million, all right? So it's a company that has barely no debt and cash on hand. And from a revenue perspective, right, still growing, 25%. Looks like it's probably gonna be flat this year. I don't know if I'm reading this right. No, it shouldn't be flat, right? But yeah, it's solid numbers across the board for a growing stock. This is the type of shit I look at. This is why I wrote the article on it. Let's go here to growth stocks. You're not gonna really see it trade in your book. Mostly, if you're looking for like, if it's trading your books, those be like the stocks. I'd be like, man, get ready to load the boat. Cash per share. I always fucking mess up. We're trying to see. I only trading 2 times price to sell. That's not bad, right? This is trading 2 times price to sell. It's comparative to like. Let's go Let's go look at Palantir, for example. We'll look at the same price to sales. All right, look at this shit. This is trading 100 times price to sales. So you see shit like that, it's like it throws you off. What she said? Price to control. Yeah, I try to not use too much shit. Mostly for me, it's trend lines, moving averages, uh, market structure. I pay attention to volume, but I don't really try to get too into. I don't really get into the Fibonacci shit. I mean, if it lines up, right? If you get confluence across multiple things, it adds more conviction. Conviction. But it also can muddy some things, right? So if it looks good on the price to or the price of control, but it's underneath the moving out, it would fuck me up, honestly. Um, see how that goes. I don't know, it seemed like it's lagging. I'm looking at my stream and it's showing, like it's still showing me at the financial statement. Anything else you looking at, my boy? I ain't really got I just got this Tesla, man. I'm just gonna let this Tesla rock out. Just don't do no funny shit. I mean, my stop is at 411. So hopefully I don't get stopped out. UPST, I mean, that's below the moving averages. It did dump off right after earnings too. But you do have that wedge pop here. I mean, but like, this was the earnings, right? So you do have this bear gap to deal with. And PNW, right? You do got this bear gap to deal with, right? I mean, that's a bear gap, right? It can sit in here and roll back over. Me, if you wanted to kind of play this extension to the downside, like it extending to the downside, let's see if we can find another opportunity where it extended, and if it's set up. I mean, a lot of good times you want to do is check the chart and see if it's set up before and did something similar. I'm trying to see like any reversal extensions. Never mind. It's traded like shit back here. Nah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, these are oversold stocks, so these things can bounce and it can bounce hard. Um, Again, I don't really see. I don't really see it. I don't really see it. I'm not too sure. Like I see this. Like if this one to happen, like if it wants to do something like this, where it trades sideways and kind of build out, right? With the moving averages tightening up, I can see that, right? I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to catch the turn and risk as little as I can, and then it goes. But again, after a 3-day burst off the downside at the lows, I'll be surprised if it doesn't trade sideways. I'm trying to see like you see any like 3-day bursts, like 1, 2, 3. I mean, this ended up doing pretty well. Like here, 1 day, 2 day, 3-day burst, right? Starts to get a little nasty that fourth day. Yeah, I've seen people talking about RNK, RK, I mean, Rocket Company. PNW, I mean, it's dumpster dive, below all the moving averages. And if you want to play a turn, then like it really like triggered today, above these high, like 186.65, and your stop is 180.54 if you want to play a turn. But trend wise, it's downward. And it's below 50 to 200 and everything. It did this before, but this was. What the fuck was this? I forget what happened here. I don't know if this was earnings again. This thing had done had some dumps on it. I remember this dump back here we were talking about. I think this was from a fucking that cyber outage. I do remember them having that cyber outage. I think you brought this up. Like, man, we probably should loan this. Was it PNW? No, it was CrowdStrike. My bad. It was CrowdStrike. Yeah, me on the weekly still making, potentially making higher lows. But, want to wait and see this candle close, right? See where we close out on this candle. But not a chart that I really want to trade. Like for me, like again, like I like this list that Chartmaster put together. It's all the earnings. I like stocks like this. Like this looks good. Like this looks good for continuation. Um, like the reason why I like Tesla, ignoring the moving averages, is that right. It's holding 100 day. It's holding the 200 day, right, and it's holding this trend line. There's still some bullish context to this move. Like if I go to PNW, let's see here. I mean, well, fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's very. I mean, it's not really. I don't really like this second touch look, right? Like, cause it's really like this is your look. This is your look right here. Right, that's your trend line look, right? And then undercut it, traded. They traded sideways here, right? Maybe this is an undercut the trend line and go. Some people would do this. Oh, we got a trend line, but you can make a trend line out of any two touches, right? I mean, this is a fucking trend. Right? If we're gonna just use two lines, or I can do something, I don't know, like this. Or I can take this line and I can take this line, right? And that's a trend line. I want multiple touches on the trend line to show that it's respected. I mean, this is somewhat it, but you do have a little bit of space unfilled. Um, you kind of got a somewhat of a touch here. Yeah, yeah. Again, I mean, not the best looking chart. I would want to kind of trade at. I like what was it like this like here, like I think Chartmaster talked about this. This looks good in terms of, I have these drawn out, right? Like these were opportunities above the moving averages. All looks good. I mean, you can find some dumpster. I mean, you can do some dumpster diving and get a move on some things. Um, but those type of things working in the long term. Like those mean reversion trades, they're very hard to kind of catch the bottom. Just like it's hard to catch the top. I found it easier not to try to catch the exact turn, but more like catch a part of the turn and like catch that V shape, right? So like when the stock does something like it does drop, right? I want to be able to catch that turn, and then I put my stop below that pivot, below that turn, right? That's really your opportunity instead of like trying to catch it when it's breaking out here, because what happens is you get deeper pullbacks, right? And that will stop you out. And really, the trade doesn't invalidate technically until it breaks here, right? So it's very hard to take those positions that looks like the PNA, the Palo Altos, and the what time is it? I gotta get these damn kids. But it's kind of hard to get these because like where do you get in at? I just don't know, unless you catch the turn. And so like go to a lower time frame and see if you can catch that pivot. All right, like that. If you were watching this, and you're looking for a dumpster. I mean, you could have potentially tried this candle here. This would probably would have stopped you out, but like really, like your next candle to try is here, right above that, and my stop is here. Like that's the turn I want to catch. And the reason why I point out this candle because you get a green candle to hold, right? You get a green candle to hold, kind of signifying that higher low potential right here, right? And then the next candle kind of fires off above it. Right now you can say, all right, I'm in right here, and my stop is this candle's low. The W pattern. You remember talking like the double bottom on the hourly? Hold on, what was that? Kind of the higher low. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean if that's another turn, or like if you want to look, I think I was looking at it what on the. Yeah, I mean that's a higher low. That's a higher low. Like you should have been in today then. Yeah, I mean when everything kind of turned on the market. Um, but again, like And when I look at it, I'm saying, like, man, it has a lot of shit it can reject that, right? You got the 200, 100, the 9, the 50, I mean, the 20, the 50. It's a lot of spots where it could just, turn higher into the 200. And this is curling down, then it breaks down, and now it looks like a bear flag. So, um, and I'm going to keep going back to Tesla because I don't want to sound like I'm saying one thing on one chart and then I'm looking at Tesla and saying another thing. This doesn't look the same to me. I mean, looking at it from here, right? I remember this day where it came down to 383 or so, and then on OpX it kind of faded down into there. Right now, this gives you, a W look, right? That gives you a W look. All right, now we kind of break back above 425. Now this thing can blast off, right? With the EMA 9 curling up, with the EMA 20 curling up, right? With Verizon 100 day. I'm not a big fan of the 100 day. But right, do have concern here at 433 right now, where the 50-day moving average lift. That's why you want to already be in and not try to take a breakout, right? Because then you're gonna be like, oh man, where do I take profit at? Like I would already want to be in the move, kind of anticipating them. I don't want to say anticipating because I always do like that analogy of you react, you don't predict. But yeah, just being more reactionary on it. I mean that's more of the W I kind of see here. Don't see it here on the 1 hour when I turn on the line chart, but man, I can see that using the wicks. You're not going to see it on the hourly chart because of the wicks. But yeah, man, that's really what I see in the market. I mean, there's some things to play. Let me go check open. Inside day, I really don't think I can even respect that line anymore. I don't really have a spot for this at all. It's just a higher low. Like again, like pencil your higher low, you get your green candle to hold. Triggers right over here, 701. All right, your stop maybe prior day's low, 81 cents. Right, pretty much almost one-to-one risk to reward as of right now. But if you put your stop here, you're risking 30 cents. Right now you can position a little larger, right? Better than buying, 100, or rather than buying, 100 shares or 200 shares, you can buy 300 shares, only risk $60. Yeah, it does kind of have that bull flag look. Um, I mean, this is a stock that can go. Um, I haven't had much success with it, probably because I'm buying, 400, 500 shares, trying to really get the turn, and I just haven't really been able to get a turn on it where I'm able to like start to swing. I don't know. I mean, I think I tried it all up in here, and it's just nasty for me. Like nothing crazy, like where I got smoked. I just like was not getting the moves I wanted. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, like tomorrow is Wednesday. I mean, if you've seen the market, like it was wonky a little bit for a while, man. It was just like, ugh. All right, we turned it back down. Then I just turned that shit on, and we started getting some moves. Um, yeah, I think this might be a long term buy. This might have been a capitulation here. Like I'll buy it, don't. But it'd be like it wouldn't even be like I'm trading. Like man, I'm willing to buy this shit and hold it. I think it's at attractive prices. Um, I know some people are looking at this comp play. Is that Six Flags? Oh, David Buster's. $16. I mean, this is a nasty stock in terms of my issue is here. Uh, uh, Not a chance. Almost 4 billion in debt, 12 million in cash. I mean, I wouldn't touch this with I wouldn't even wear 2 condoms to fuck with her. You know, I wouldn't even double strap on her. I would leave her alone. Yeah, like nah, the financials Was I looking at? Yeah, the financials on that is just fucking horrible. That's just the thing. Like when I buy bottoms, like when I buy shitty charts, they still have good. They're probably in good areas with in terms of valuations. Right. So like right now, I'm in on CarMax at 35, and I bought some more at 30. In another account. I don't have them in the same account. I don't know why. I think it was position wise. But I like this because now you're gonna be like, oh yo, this don't look good, Chris, in terms of debt, right? Yeah, they have a lot of debt, but this it's a different sector, right? The way the debt is handled and like the CarMax is much different. But what I do like about it, um, as we go here to statistics, um, book value, right? It's trading almost one times book. It's trading less than the book value, and the book value implies that if shit hits the fan today and they had to sell the company right now, and it's like, all right, we're bidding CarMax to the highest buyer. The bid opens up at $41.99. Really, that's kind of what it means, right? That's what it's worth. Like when you strip everything out, that's what it's worth. $41.99. Um, and I think it's worth more than that. Yeah, do they have debt? Yes, but it's a I mean, you got to think. Of course, they're going to have debt because they finance loans, so that's on their balance sheet. All right, you have to understand the context of the company, what they do as a business, right, to kind of get a better sense of it. You know, some companies shouldn't have debt on their shit. All right, Carvana, you're going to see debt on Carvana because there is someone else that finances debt. Right, they finance the shit. Right, so some shit you're going to see debt on. Definitely if they're in like the finance and they service debt. Um, yo, we got. I want to keep an eye on this. Like, look at this weekly chart. This shit's. I mean, I think this thing has already bottomed out. Is this solar edge? I think this is bottomed out. It's a nasty weekly chart though. Take that back. But it is making a higher. It's still. So this is something that's. It may not look good technically, but you still have your higher lows kind of being set here. Like ignore the moving averages. This is still in the uptrend. If you wanted to care about the moving average, if it gets back there to 50, I mean, this thing can go back to 47, 48. And the reason why I want to keep eyes on this is because like with look at the volume on which one? Look at the volume on Solar Edge. Oh, okay, you're back on the weekly. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little delayed, I think. Yeah, that's hella volume. Fuck yeah, that looks like accumulation for sure. Yeah, I mean, it already had its turn, right? It has its turn. Look at the turn that it had back here. I mean, this had a very similar turn, right? Again, stocks don't always repeat, but they often they do rhyme, right? And this thing literally came back into all time lows. I'm mad because I remember I had some shares around like $12, $13. This is one of those you just fucking tuck and kept. Um, right? You see that rounding, right? And this thing, it did the rounding part, right? And then what did it do after that, right? You know, what do you look for in pattern recognition? Pattern recognition. Damn, I can't even say the word, yo. I need some water. Where my water at? Right? In terms of this pattern look, right? Pull the. Now you had your cup, and there's your handle, right? So maybe you get something very similar where it's forming that cup, and you start to get that handle, right? You get that blast off, some shit like that. I mean, different time frames, right? But it kind of looks that same way. I mean, FSLR still looks good too, though. Similar stock. I mean, both in solar, but one does a little something different. And this is why I do not want to play breakouts in this type of market. I'd be mad as shit if you brought this breakout. I'm probably going to cut it because I'm damn near flat on it. I can't even risk swinging it because I don't even have a cushion. Now, for me to swing something, I need to have a cushion. If that I really am gambling, right? I don't have a cushion to fight back a down, you know, a gap or anything. I like to see the move that I'm in work the day that I decide to get in. Right, if it trades sideways, I really end up cutting it if for whatever loss it is at that time. Right, even if it's still above my stop, I'll probably end up cutting it, because it's just I don't have the cushion to swing it. I want the move to work when I buy it. Like some of your good trades, they're some of your best trades are your easiest trades. If that makes sense, like, they shouldn't be hard. All right, if you bought at the ideal location, if you bought at the spot that you know you thought the market can turn at, and it starts to work, those that's your winner, right? That's your winner, and that's the one you want to pay attention to. When it's not working, you just get rid of it, and you just move on. Treat these stocks like dots, right? You don't love them. We just, you know what I'm about to say. Goddamn Bitcoin, it is fucking bear flag. Right? If you can't see it on the daily, you can just go to like an hourly. Oh, I'm about to go against what I just said. Let me see. Mm, yeah. You can see how I just popped right in here, almost into the EMA 9, and it's starting to roll over again. So what I do is I'll just set an alert right here. Not saying that I would trade it, but I just know like, oh shit, this bear flag probably happened, and then I'll set an alert right here and see what happens first. All right, kind of just see what happens first. All right, who wins this trade? Does this lower high end up knocking out this lower low, or just this structure here start to win and press and break out? So, this is another stock to watch too. OIT. Um, I did a Substack on this one as well. Again, look at that. 700 million in cash, 77 million in debt. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Nearing profitability. This isn't a trade. I don't really see a trade on it, but like, if you want to like buy some shit to hold, anything in the low 30s is probably, I think, is a buy. What else we got here? People telling me Oscar downside was just up 4%. Like, what the fuck? This is why, like, I wish I would just bought it at $13. God damn, give that whole move. It was just up. It was just up here. Swear to God, it was just literally up there. That's fucking ruthless. What is that move about? Yo, it was Trump is not considering a direct 2-year subsidy extension and will make recommendations for healthcare policy soon. All right, so my CNC is probably getting smoked. Yeah, getting smoked after earnings. That's cool. Flush it out so I can buy some more. Yo, I don't know if you still here, bro. Check this company out. This is still a good buy. Definitely on any considerable weakness. In the healthcare spot. Again, not one of those companies where you're gonna look at their debt, to what they have, right? Because they're in the healthcare sector. But you know, when you get a company, again, that's trading right near book value, a big fucking company like this, you want to pay attention to it, and you want to buy on a weakness. He took a fucking hit this year. God damn. Trailing 12 months is minus 5 billion, but still long term profitable. Still profitable. It's a big hit. But yeah, I'm in this from 27, so we can do whatever I want to do. I'll buy more. But yeah, man, not too much. Oh, yo, this Crodos. Yo, this stock here, I'm pissed about. I wrote an article on this. I did not get in. I was hoping in for the high teens. Like if it hit anything under 20, I was buying and hoping that it go lower so I can buy more. That was my plan, but this thing done really just took off. So I do want to think about this stock because this is in this. They don't do the same thing though. They do not do the same thing. It's on the 3-day burst. But yeah, man, that's about it, man. I don't really have much else to talk about. I think this stock is probably his bottom. This is another good stock. Um, you kind of see where it bottomed at, like this previous spot here, this double dip spot. Back here from the tariff lows, put in a higher low. That's just from a technical perspective, but um, this right here is really interesting. Again, one of those things I talk about: low debt, high cash. Low debt, high cash. It shows me you have some financial solvency. I mean, you have some financial sense. That's what it shows me. But yeah, man, that's about it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll be around. Check my Tesla position. Outside of that, not much for me to do. I'm not probably gonna put on anything um tomorrow. I'm really just gonna kind of manage my Tesla position. I don't know. Maybe I can buy some more. We'll see. All right. Maybe I could end up adding on to my position tomorrow. All right. See if I can get another nice move. Peel some more off after I get a nice move. Um, and then go to my broker and fucking change the first in, first out shit. I hate that. 'Cause like I have 20 shares on something. Then I go buy another 20 shares. And then like, so I don't know why, but it keeps sticking me with the lot. Like, no, I want you to sell my initial shares. All right. Or I want you to sell the shares I just bought. Right. I just want to trade those. Keep my old shares and keep the ones with the lower cost basis. Like last in, first out. And I've done made the change in the settings, and it's still not working. I don't know what it is. I have to like go in and manually do it at the end of the day, and then the broker will fix it. But it's hard to calculate my position like once I do a trade like that when I peel some off or I add back. Shit's annoying. Yeah, let me go check. Let me go check out some stocks that I just recently bought. I bought this BBAI. I'm in on this. My cost base is like 712, but I did sell like the $9 calls. So my cost base is really, if those expire worth, is like 605. So I'm pretty much up on this. I'm on Sweet Green. My cost base is like 715. I did sell the $9 strikes on these. So on BBAI, I sold the $12. Sorry, on these I sold the $9. Doing pretty good on those. I think I sold those for April. There's like $1.50. I sold those on this stock. I think this stock is bottom. Like I said, I bought CarMax. I'm in Target. I sold the $100 for April. Um, so that's kind of lightening this blow. My cost basis on this is $91. Um, Anything else that I want to talk about? Oh yeah, you know I'm still in this HE collecting, sitting here waiting for them to turn back on the dividends. I am still in this HE, man. It's a grand pop turd. But man, I'm telling you, if this story ever changes, this is a $20, $30 stock. I don't know. It looks like shit. It looks like shit. It does look like shit. But this looks like accumulation to me. Man, if this thing ever turns, I'm telling you, it's a $30, $40 stock. If this shit ever turns around. And I like the risk reward. I don't even check it anymore, bro. It is slow, man. It is slow, right? And dividends is not turned on. Man, if we get any announcement about dividends turning on, man, I'm telling you, man, this story can change a lot. This story can fucking change. And this is a $50 stock. Hey, like I told you, yo, they still need electricity, my boy. They still need electricity, yo. Just hold tight, man. Hold tight on this, yo. You hold tight on this, I think this story changes. Unless Unless Hawaii goes underwater, then your position is fucked. All right, something like that. But I'm telling you, man, this I don't know. This thing looks like it's just. I mean, it's damn near 2 years, 3 years of this now. I'm telling you, man, this thing fucking like look at this move that it had off this low, off of $8, right? It's damn near 100%. This thing could be at $30 and still be in a downtrend. People, it still looks ugly. Okay, I'm in at $11, and they just turned on the dividends. This is one of those things like when I bought AT&T, and T, and I still own AT&T to this day, and I'm collecting dividends on it, and my cost basis is like $14. Like I'm down here. Like I'm literally down here on this stock, and this go back. I'm pretty much back here with like your grandpa cost basis. He's why if I ask him, yo, what price you got in at on AT&T? Like, man, I bought AT&T at $15 in 2003, and I'm like, well, I bought AT&T at $15 in 2023, 20 years later. I'm getting dividends too. Right? It's one of those you just gotta understand the business, understand the need, understand the the, the location. That no price trumps any fucking chart. Right? Buy good businesses at good prices, and then you live with the results. Like I'm still in Moderna. I don't know. I think I got a good price. Has it acted well? No. I would not. I would not admit this thing is acting like a terror. I started buying it in the low 30s. And my cost base is like 27, 28. So yeah, am I down? Yeah, but I mean, I think this is a company that I'm getting it at a good price. God damn, negative income, right? Right, but look at the cash. So this is what I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to their cash and I'm paying attention to their debt. I can tell you last quarter they had I think it was 6 billion in cash and now they're down to 4.5. Um, Right. So I haven't done the burn rate yet. I want to see what the burn rate is on their cash and see like how many quarters do they have before this starts to turn ugly. And then I'm like, all right, I give you guys some time. This story is turning ugly as well. I'll probably cut it. Yeah, Zoom is one of the other ones that's picking a nice monthly base. I have a $90 location on this, so I think it needs to break. I should have an alert here. But yeah, this is a hell of a base that it's putting in. A hell of a base. I mean, really, once it got back into this location right here, since 2022, right? Right, over 1,000 days. I don't know what the math on that, but 369. That's over a 3-year base. This looks very similar to I was saying. I think I talked about this yesterday, like Wayfair. Look very similar to like this Wayfair. Look at the base that Wayfair put in. All right, and it literally just took off. I mean, you could have had this level, or you could have just kind of took this spot right here, and this looks similar to like Hood. Look at the base that Hood had. Like Hood had a nice base here. Like the bigger the base, the bigger the move. This is a nice base. And I talked about this. And it almost came back and tagged this spot. Almost came back and tagged that spot. And look at that base. I get down there at $5 range. A $5 range on it. And then it literally just takes off. So you can go look at Zoom. Right, nice monthly still base, right? You go look at Wayfair, right? Big base. What's another one I'm looking at? I think it's this Confluence. Not the cleanest base, but there's a base building here. Little wide for me. Maybe if I use the close, really, $15 range or so, about 20 $20 range. I mean, but it has to really get out of this base. There's an endless amount of bases that I seen on stocks that ended up going. What was another one? I think Upwork had a nice little base. Let me see. The Upwork had, what time is it? 5:25. What's Upwork? Upwork. Upwork. Yo, we got 8 views. I don't know if you folks are still in here. Some of the it was I think it's NXT had a nice base. It might have been on a weekly though. No. I can't remember the other ones. I need to keep a rolling list of all the bases, and I'm gonna put them on a list so I can just always go back to them, remember them. Yeah, people still buying Monster. This shit just drilled. People don't know what they buying, yo. They just be buying shit. This thing is literally fucking obliterated. Oh man. I can get behind this. This CCJ. I can get behind this. Right back through 90. Like a $5 stop to get back up to 110. It's a good risk to reward. Not the best. I mean, it's a three bar don't, but I do like. I wish I could go to a stock that had like a 3 bar reversal. It's kind of like a 3 bar reversal. Let me see if I can pull up a 3 bar reversal. I played 3 bar reversals before. There it is right here. Let me see if I can bring this up. See if I can bring this over here. So this is like a 3 bar reversal. It's not the cleanest because it is a little dumpish, but I mean that's what you're gonna get off a 3 bar reversal, right? Like this right here. Where'd it go? Yeah, that right there, a 3 bar reversal, right? And after you get that 3 bar reversal, right over here, you take it and you put your stop. You know, depending on how tight you want to be, below this low here or below that low. Yeah, it's definitely a 3 bar reversal. Candidate, hasn't confirmed, but it has that look of a 3 bar reversal. All right, I got 9 views. I don't know who else is still left here. If anyone got any questions, I still got a couple more minutes. Or I go pick up these kids. Just kicking, talking shit. But yeah, man, mostly like I day trade. Yeah, you might hear some people say, "Oh, day trade." I don't give a fuck what people say. Don't listen to no one. Listen to yourself. What works for you works for you. Um, I hear people say, "Oh man, if you would have swung it, you would have made this much." Yeah, if you would have swung, you could have lost a good amount too. Right? I try to get into more swings, but I'm just not there yet to kind of really like swing like a full size position overnight. Again, I like to just take profit, and then whatever I can turn into a swing, I turn into a swing. But I like to pay myself first for that fucking hard work I put in. All right, I put 3 hours into this fucking trade. All right, managing this trade. I put 3 hours into this trade, managing it. Right, haven't got stopped out. I've got to move. I got some profit. Man, I'm gonna pay myself. God damn it! See, I'm not gonna sit here for 3 hours and don't pay myself. I'm gonna pay myself. Or I'm gonna peel some off. Definitely, if I hit my risk to reward, and I'm gonna move my stop to break even, and then let it work. All right, whatever happens from there happens from there. But when people like to give back those gains after they get a nice move and try to get a little greedy on the move, I'm not greedy, man. I just want to move my account. I just want to move my equity curve while managing risks. Because you are a risk manager first. This shit right here was crazy. This had a nasty ass day yesterday, and then you get this right here. Breaks over the highs and everything. Flushed. Then you went out there got short. That's the type of shit where I say it makes Bulls and bears just look foolish. This looks completely foolish. Yeah. Um. Don't know who else is in here. If I don't know how I can check to see who's in here. See, it says concurrent viewers are two. I think I'm one of them. Cause I am streaming this on my phone. Let me go back to my phone. Cause I feel like this thing is lagging. Open up my phone, see how it looks. I'm gonna draw something on my computer. See how long it takes. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Okay, about a 5 second delay. Not too bad. This looks delayed when I look at it on the live stream in my web browser. Talking about sectors, we see, solar. This is interesting to see this kind of pop, right? I mean, this is again thinking about rates. Where the fuck is rates at? Where are we at with rates? Man, so much shit you gotta keep in mind. Rates. Where's my rates? Sitting here right at 4. Downtrend. And it was funny because I think it was I was looking at something and I was looking at this. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. If this is going higher, this is bullish for stocks. From a carry trade perspective, I think like what I looked up. If you go back to here, right, this was the nasty carry trade. This was the nasty carry trade right here. So all that shit about the U.S. dollar, I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get that. Let me throw this in the chart. I remember people talking about this. I don't get it. This is. Let me say. I love this chat on here. Let me go and chat GBT real fast, see if I can find some news. I love chat GBT. Let me see. I don't. All right, so let me ask you this. So if this happened, yeah, exactly what the fuck I thought. I mean, trade 2.0. I know I'm not tripping. Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna act like I know what the fuck the carry trade all that shit is, but that chart looks different to me. Let's go ahead and bring this back up. Yeah, I think I'm about done. Got 11 views, 3 concurrent views. Anybody here? Anybody here? 1, 2, testing. What are we talking about today, people? We ain't got much. I'm about to get up out of here. The fuck is this? Yeah, my MacBook, man. I think my MacBook going on like 5 years now. It's still holding up though. Barely. Uh, hmm. Yeah, that's about it for me. I know some people like this stock. I can't get into it. I can't get past their financials. Let me check out this SMCI. What's today, folks? Today is Tuesday, right? Look at this shit. It's fucking dumb. This can go to $10. I still wouldn't buy it. I'm lying. I might buy it at $10. Oh, god damn. SYM was up 39%. Jesus Christ. I am a proud owner of this stock. Um, I bought this dump back here, like in the summertime. Um, I did take some off at 100. I wish I didn't, cause now I can't sell none right now. I want to wait, see if I can get a bigger move. Me fuck. I don't know. This shit might go to 200. The way materials have been trading, or these type of stocks. That's why I want to keep an eye on CCJ. All right, that's it for me, folks. All right, peace. God bless.